Hello everyone, this is Moshe, the electric Israeli and FSD. If you're new, please subscribe and help me change the world one electric car at a time. Thank you to all my supporters. Please follow me on X. If you're in the market to buy a Tesla car, please use my referral code. And my motto is change the world one electric car at a time. And believe me, I am for every electric car in the world to succeed. And this car that you see now, banged up, this is the Xiaomi SU7 that was introduced about a week ago. It has no less than 100,000 pre-orders. Now that it's out there, and testers, I would say people who test the car, are crashing it left and right. No less than 8 cars were crashed. Now, here are the facts. Some people say, first of all, it's viral in China. Some people say that the drivers are completely and totally unqualified to test these cars, and they're driving too fast in the curbs, and they're slamming it into a tree, into a curb, into a retaining wall, all kinds. One, I'll show you in a minute, one of the Xiaomi's actually collapsed. The suspension completely collapsed, and it's going to come later on in this video. So the Xiaomi 100,000 orders, it's in the magnitude of Tesla Model 3 in 2015 that had 500,000 orders at the end of, but when it's all said and done, when it starts to deliver a few years later. Obviously, the Tesla Cybertruck has 500,000, has 2 million orders as of now. But there is no question that the Xiaomi, which is going head-to-head with Tesla, it's a total competitor to Tesla, with great price and great specs, I'm going to give you some of the specs in a minute, has created such a buzz. This is a phone company, an appliance company, who promised to have a cheap, like a $4,000 cheaper car. The price range between their three specs, they have 3 specs, Standard, Pro, and Max, is between 29,900 Chinese money until I think 41,000. And the specs are incredible. Just give you a few. First of all, it's like a Model S in size, a 5-meter length, 196 centimeters wide, 144 centimeters tall, and the wheelbase is 3 meters. That is spectacular. It has a big trunk, a big frunk, 517 liters in the front and 105 liters in the front truck. So trunk is 517 and front is 105. LED lights, 16-inch screen in the front. iPads that you can put a docket in the back to put iPads, all by Xiaomi. 4.6 liters refrigerator, a whole glass roof, 25 speakers. The fast one goes like 2.780 to 100 kilometers. The slower one, quote unquote, 5.70 to 100 kilometers. The Pro goes for about $34,000, 400 volt architecture, 350 kilometers in 15 minutes charging, 138 kilometers in 5 minutes. The standard range has 210 kilometers top speed, 5.2 seconds speed, 0 to 100. The Max version has 800 volt architecture. Price is $41,500. 510 kilometers in 15 minutes charge. 220 kilometers in 5 minutes charge. It's synchronized with all their devices, with all their appliances, with all the specs are incredible. Top speed for the Max, for example, 265 kilometers an hour, 663 horsepower, 101 kilowatt hour battery. Now the range is 810 kilometers, but some people tested it and it got really 680 kilometers. So after all of this happened, look at this car spinning out of control and hitting the sideway. Now, is it the driver's fault? I don't know. I don't know who these testers. I can tell you it is viral in China. It is absolutely going viral in China. The lines to order this car were like the new iPhone 1 or 2, whatever, back in the day when people lined up for things like this. Here's that video again. So it looks like the rear wheels, like the rear suspension going out of control. Here's a car who hit a tree in the snow. So these videos are coming out. Some of the Chinese officials saying that this is fake videos. Here's that car that the rear suspension completely collapsed. You see that, like a house fell on it. So let's say two scenarios, whether this is fake, okay, so we can disregard this, or the testers are not good, all right, or this is actually true, they are professional testers and this has actually happened. And if I see it, if you see it, so is Xiaomi see it. Xiaomi sees this. Here's one hitting a BMW from the rear. So if Xiaomi sees it, by the way, Xiaomi is not the one who is going to produce this. It's another, Xiaomi is not a car company. They created this car, but a Chinese company, SAIC, which actually produced the Wuling. It's a conglomerate with GM. It's a two-seater car. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So another company is going to do that. Now, they're supposed to start deliveries this month in April. So now we are what, April 7? So are they producing them? Is it like, the point is, what we see is what everybody else sees. And if this is true, if this is actual malfunctioning, collapse, design default, whatever that is, they see it as well, and they have very little time to fix it. Now, cars being tested in snow, in ice, on streets, like you see, that's not the news. That happens all the time. And have faults and have problems. This happens. This is why you test cars. But it looks to me like, you want to compete with the best. You have to be better than the best. Electric cars, they cannot compete with gas cars unless they are so much better than they are. So if this was to compete with Teslas and Porsche, because if you look at the design, it's like front Tesla and side Porsche. So if you want to learn from the best, because that's what they say, they want to imitate the best, which is Tesla and Porsche. That's what they said. That's what their CEO said in the introduction, which is great. It's the best. This is the best compliment. The envy is the best compliment. So if that is the case, they must urgently improve their product and fix it before it launches. This is their first car that they're not even producing. So I don't know. I don't know if this is true, but I know it's true that this has happened, that this is happening. It's not fake, but are people doing it on purpose? Who the heck knows? The Chinese government says this is just creating buzz and creating clicks and all that stuff, and it's not really true. Who the hell knows? We'll see what happens. Thank you guys for watching. We'll follow this incredible, interesting story.